Welcome back for day 3 of our virtual tour of our 40th home. We're so excited to get to dedicate this home to the home buying family that's going to be coming in. Be sure and tune in on the 16th at 10 a.m. to watch the premiere of that dedication ceremony video. You're not going to want to miss it. Today I'm here. I'm Scott with Skagit Habitat for Humanity, and with me is Joe Weistup, realtor and longtime supporter and just passionate about what Habitat does. Affordable home building affordable home ownership is, I think, near and dear to your heart.
It is. I found it very hard to get in as a homeowner in the very beginning, and that's kind of what drove me to become a realtor. So what kind of thought does Habitat give in the build process as far as the green footprint in today's market?
So we are definitely about sustainability and affordability. And so we're very interested in trying to build homes that are energy efficient and water efficient. So not only because it's the right thing to do, but because that sustainability translates into affordability for our homeowners on a monthly basis. Anytime you can do something smart that helps make that long-term operating cost for the home less, then that helps there to be that greater margin in the monthly budget for the homeowner. So we're here in the laundry room area, and Joe, you were talking earlier about some of the features of the washer that we have, just some of the niceties that you saw built into the process here.
Yeah, I really like the fact that you have a double stack front loading setup. It really minimizes the footprint of the laundry room and leaves space available for the imagination. Each home buyer is going to have different needs in every room, so leaving space for them to customize it for their own personal needs is a fantastic touch. These are great energy efficient machines. They're quiet, and I think they're going to absolutely love them.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and take a walk into the primary bathroom now and take a look at some of the features. One of the things that you'll notice is just how generous the size is in this bathroom. This is probably bigger than the bathroom I have in my house. And so it's really nice. The other thing that you'll notice over here in the corner is some fantastic storage available. And I know that a lot of times in home builds, storage is a really key thing.
It is. It's a lot cheaper and a lot easier to close off dead space in a build than it is to imagine what to use that dead space for. In this design, they've been able to go a lot farther back and really utilize all the space that's there to give you maximum storage, which most shared bathrooms do not have this level of storage. Yeah. So this is a great touch to add it to the cabinetry of the vanity.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here today, Joe, to just add some additional information to this experience. In fact, one of those things that you were talking about earlier is this really cool heating unit that we have here, and I don't even know what you would call that.
Well, there's actually 2 terms for it. It's called a ductless heat pump. Okay. I'm originally from the East Coast. We call them mini splits because it does 2 things. It not only heats your house, but it cools your house. And it is a neat little feature to have on top of just your traditional heating system. It solves cold spots in the house, and the way it does it is it takes ambient air outside and it cycles it through a conductive unit and turns it into heat.
Oh, okay.
And it's the most energy efficient way to generate heat. But it is a reversible process, so you can also use it as an air conditioner.
It sounds like from what you're saying, this is actually a really smart way to address that, green footprint for the home.
Every new build that I walk through tends to have at least one of those in the property, so it's fantastic to see it.
Yeah. So Joe, let's go to the next part of the home that I think everybody's been waiting for, and that is, let's take a look at the kitchen. And I know kitchens are a hugely important feature on a home. The quality of the kitchen is really, really important. And Joe, when I step into this kitchen, this is an amazing kitchen.
It really is. You get a lot of comfort in this kitchen. There's a great flow to it. kitchens are the heart of the home. This is where everybody's going to spend all their time congregating, conversing, talking about their day, and it really needs to have the right feel for those home buyers. Having an island is a fantastic touch. Everybody wants additional cabinetry, an informal type of eating area, and one great feature that I already see is this island has electrical hooked into it.
Yes.
That is a big thing for homeowners and home buyers. They want an island with electrical hookup because you have all sorts of modern appliances nowadays with the boom of the technology age. You need to be able to plug these things in. So having an island with power is absolutely imperative.
Yeah, and I love the details. Again, I think I mentioned in the previous video, the thought process that goes into these builds. Just thinking about all those little details. Amazing work by our construction manager, by our architects, and all the folks, the volunteers that put the work in. So many amazing details that are put into these homes. These are really quality homes. Another thing that we talked about on a previous video was a question was, what do we do to support our home buyers? Well, if you look right behind Joe here, this is a box that contains every manual for every appliance in this home. If it relates to the build of this house, I think it might even include some as-builts for the way it was constructed. This is everything you would need to know to take care of this house from a technical standpoint. And what's really cool too, one of the other ways we support the families is our construction manager actually takes time to walk through the entire house, the entire property with this box in hand, pull out the specific manual for the specific appliance, talk about how to operate it, talk about the maintenance that's necessary for it, because obviously the goal is to make this sustainable, to make this last a long time. And so, when we talk about how excited I am, and that we all are, for the support that we're able to give these home buyers to just really launch them in a sustainable, successful way. This is just one of those pieces here. So yeah, great place, dishwasher, sink with 2 compartments to it, lots of storage here, wonderful stovetop and oven, and then a refrigerator. So all the features you would want in a modern kitchen. This is great.
Yeah, and I really wanted to point out that this box is very important. I have a background in aviation, and I can tell you that when an aircraft gets sold, if you don't have the books for it, half of the value is gone. Having something like this is huge as a homeowner, because this tells you everything you need to know. So when the day comes where if you need to sell your home, your realtor will absolutely love you and maybe even give you a discount if you hand them this box, because they don't have to do nearly as much legwork now.
Joe, thank you so much for the insight on the value of a simple box, because on the outside of it, it looks pretty simple, but knowing that the value that it adds to the process is huge. And I want to take a moment just to shout out not only to our construction manager, but to our home buyer support committee, who took the time to actually put this whole box together. And again, because of them, we're able to launch this family forward successfully with this kind of information. Yeah.
So how does affordable home ownership transform their lives?
That's a great question, and it really goes to the heart of what we do. As you think back to kind of the first day we were doing these tours, and you talked about who do we build these homes for, we talked about the fact that they're low-income families, that they're housing cost burdened, and that they are living in currently substandard housing. And so when you remove that substandard housing, when you take that housing cost burden away, the transformation happens. For children who are living in substandard housing, they really struggle in schools. They will not perform as well as their peers. So one of the ways that this makes a difference is it brings them into this quality home, and they're now going to do better in school because of that. So now they're going to be able to launch into their adult years with opportunity as opposed to challenges. But it's not just the children who benefit, it's also the parent or the parents that benefit as well, because they've gone from being, cash strapped every month to now having the opportunity to build equity. And so building equity is huge for the future. For them, as they look at kind of the economic mobility that they're going to have in their life too. So it's a multi-generational impact that makes a difference in their lives. We just had a story come through recently where one of the children of a home buyer came through. He's now a senior in high school and shared with us that he's going to be the first family member to go to college.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's the kind of transformation that can happen because of an affordable home. Without that affordable home, that wouldn't have been possible, most likely, for this child. And then there was another story that came through recently as well, the home buyer, that adult generation, where she came in and shared with us that she has, since being in her new home, been able to go back to school, earn a master's degree, and is now going to go work for a social service agency in the community.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so now, having gone from needing that social service help, they're now going to be giving back to the community. And so those are just two great examples of the transformational difference that is made when affordable home ownership becomes possible for them. And this really goes to the heart of why we do what we do. So thank you. And when we talk about those types of transformations, again, we come back to the fact that those transformations would happen because of the support, the generosity that we have from our community. You think about the businesses, the individuals, the volunteers that have helped make this process possible. And so we want to just take a moment here to shout out again to some of our generous sponsors and donors and just say thank you so much to Underwood and Associates. Underwood and Associates did the architectural work for this home, drew up the plans. All Phase Heating, thank you so much for your generosity to come out here and put in the amazing heating that we just talked about and the sustainability that's going to bring to the house and the comfort it's going to bring to the house. I want to say thank you to Builders First of Ferndale for the materials that were donated to this home. And I want to shout out to Habitat for Humanity International and to the Whirlpool Appliance Corporation, who helped donate these appliances that you're seeing in this home. Without that generous support, we wouldn't be able to do that. But I always like to put the positive spin on it. Because of that generous support, we are in this home getting ready to celebrate the 40th home dedication very soon. So, and as you can see, we're back outside again, kind of almost back where we started on day one for our tour. And we are standing in front of this awesome storage shed. And so we couldn't do this without taking just a moment to point this out as well. We talk about the details that go into making this an affordable, sustainable place for the new homebuyer family, a place to store yard equipment and tools. Many of these folks are coming from an apartment where they would not have had a lawnmower before, and so they're going to need a place to store those items. So, Joe, you were pointing out some of the really cool features of this shed.
Yeah, for starters, I love that it has a concrete slab. Sheds are a very must-have right now. With the shift in living situations, telecommuting, people are leaving major cities, coming to places that are a little more rural, and they're finding out, just like you said, there are things that they don't have that they're going to need to live out here. Having a shed is huge. I am seeing people negotiate leaving sheds when buying houses right now because of the additional space and storage. So seeing this here already is just absolutely fantastic. And you know, it's a great quality shed. It's not a very chintzy kit. This is really built quality wood on a foundation slab with a real roof. This thing's gonna last just as long as the house is.
Yeah, it's great. And again, it just speaks to the passion and the attention to detail of everybody involved with the project, to think about all the ways that we can come around and support the new home buyer to make sure they are set up for sustainability moving forward. So thank you for all kind of talk about that. You know, I see a shed and I go, oh cool, a shed. You see a shed and you go, wow, those are some really great features. So again, thank you, Joe, for being part of this and adding those additional color details to the tour. So grateful for that.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had somebody get involved with Habitat for Humanity, and do they need to have construction skills? What kind of skill sets are you looking for from folks?
Yeah, so there's so many different ways to get involved. Obviously, being part of a team that's a part of the build out here is an obvious choice to be part of that. So, you know, really when it comes to giving, there's the 4 T's of giving. It's time, talent, treasure, and testimony. And so a gift of your time is huge, a gift of your talent is huge. Because of the volunteers that we have, that means that the affordability gap is less than it would have been if we'd had to subcontract out and pay folks to build the home. So that's a big piece. But you can give in other ways. We have a store that where we actually fund almost 60% of the cost for building homes through the income we receive at the store in Mount Vernon. And so if you'd like to donate time to work there, that's great. We also have a number of committees. I've talked about the Home Buyer Support Committee. That is just one of the committees that we have. And because of those committees, it really just broadens the bandwidth of our organization, of what we're able to accomplish, the impact we're able to make. So there's so many different ways to volunteer. You can go to our website and look under the volunteer tab and find out more information. You can even submit an inquiry online to begin the process to talk about that. Other ways that you can give, treasure, yes, if you would like to give to financially support this, you've seen what we've built, you've seen the impact, we've talked about the impact. Yes, we definitely need financial support as well, and there's lots of different ways to give financially as well. One of the best ways that people are giving these days is to give non-cash gifts of stock and material, like I said, gift-in-kind materials or property even. These are all really creative ways that you can give financially to support. The last one is testimony. Talk about Habitat for Humanity. Share the message. Hopefully you've learned some things through these videos where you can go, hey, I understand more about what Habitat does, the difference they make, how they're making that difference. And so feel free to talk that story up in your community. Talk about that at your workplace even.
Now, if an organization wants to get involved, what is the ideal group that you're looking to see? I know individuals are always welcome, but if you have a large business, what's the best approach?
So businesses and organizations, there's lots of different ways to get involved. One of the things we've talked about this whole time is the sponsors that have been part of this. So we have sponsorship opportunities available. You can sponsor a particular part of the house. You can sponsor some of the events that we have coming up. Another really great way to get involved is workplace giving. So many of our corporations and businesses and business owners in the community want to find ways to encourage their own employees to engage in philanthropic adventures, to make a difference in the community. They want to facilitate that. So there's workplace giving you can do. You can put a team of folks together to come out and do a team experience on a build site or in the store. So there's so many different ways that you could get involved. And so what you would do is you would contact myself or Shelley, who is our community engagement manager, and let us know that you're interested, and we would love to have that conversation with you. Thank you once again, friends, for being here, to be part of this tour, to be part of this moment. This is such an exciting time for us to be dedicating our 40th home for Skagit Habitat for Humanity. We've been around for 27 years, and this is why we do what we do. So we hope that you will tune in on the 16th at 10 a.m. to watch the dedication ceremony, to be part of that celebration with us. Joe, I want to thank you so much again for being here and being part of this time together. Really have added so much to this experience. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It was a great pleasure, and I look forward to Reveal Day. Yeah,
us too. And I want to take this moment to once again just say huge words of thanks to the many partners that we've had in the community. Because of your generosity, we're in this moment. We're taking this tour and we're about to dedicate our 40th home. So I want to say thank you so much to the IBEW 191, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. I want to say thank you so much to Marathon Petroleum, to the People's Bank Foundation, to Banner Bank, to Underwood and Associates, to Pacific Wood Tech. Thank you so much for your generosity. U.S. Bank and the U.S. Bank Foundation, thank you so much for your gift to make this possible. It's such a wonderful community, from the local business owners to individuals to our government, really trying to come together and find a way to make affordable home ownership a reality for these low-income families. So thank you everyone for your contributions to that, and we look forward to having you join us tomorrow online when we premiere the dedication ceremony. Again, that's at 10 o'clock on Saturday the 16th, and we really hope that you'll join us for that live premiere. Thank you so much.